Josh Green here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by Sam Jones here in Liverpool. Fight week once again. How are we doing, Sam?
Yeah, really good, mate. Really looking forward to it. I enjoy these next-gen shows, seeing the young talent coming through.
You've seen plenty of young talent coming through in your time. How do you rate Hamza Uddin?
I say this about a lot, but again, if you watch his amateur career, he's a special kid, and I'm really looking forward to it. And he can really punch as well, so I think he's made for the pros.
How much are these type of shows an opportunity for stars making their debut? It's a big platform on Matchroom Boxing on DAZN, but it's a slightly smaller scale than the bigger shows.
Yeah, listen, absolutely. I think it's important they have shows like this to give the younger guys coming through and a debutant and the guys and the girls that are really running their careers. It gives them a bit more exposure.
What is there that we're going to see from Hamza on Saturday night? There will be people out there that haven't seen much.
Flair, power, movement, everything. Sharp shooting, lots of personality in the ring.
Is that what you need these days? There's a lot of fighters we see out there that don't have that personality.
You've got to stand out. You've got to stand out. Otherwise, you'll get lost in a big sea and an ocean full of good fighters. But to stand out, you have to have something extra, and I believe he's got all those qualities.
We saw Cameron Vuong back in the ring, not fighting unfortunately with Jordan Flynn, a couple of weeks back in Manchester. We all full steam ahead to that in Birmingham now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great fight and it's getting a lot of traction. But now they're going to finally settle it on June 22nd.
I was there for the Indigo show when it was initially made. Does it feel like there's more hype and more traction around that, despite the fact that it's been postponed slightly?
Yeah, look, I mean, listen, I don't think there's going to be any more getting in the ring after fights and stuff, but I think everyone's looking forward to it. I think it's a great card in Birmingham, but I think a lot of people are talking about that fight, which is fantastic. Both boys have done a good job promoting it earlier on in their careers. Obviously, Cameron very early on, in Jordan, I think it'll be his 11th fight. This will be Cameron's 5th.
Going into Birmingham, going into the Lions Den as such, it just adds a little bit of extra flavour, maybe a little bit of extra trepidation for Cameron. Is that something he's looking forward to?
The Lions Den. Jordan's from Oxford, Cameron's from Blyth, so it's a bit of a neutral venue, isn't it?
Is he looking forward to being down in Birmingham though?
He can't wait. So, I mean, listen, I like Jordan. He's a game kid as well. He's tough, he's strong, but I think Cameron's going to light him up like a Christmas tree.
The progression we've seen from Cameron over the last year or so has been twofold. He's been excellent in the displays we've seen so far.
I've not seen anything yet of Cameron, honestly. He's not even produced anywhere near what he's capable of, and I think in this fight it's going to bring out and show you the qualities that he really possesses.
Open social media this morning, a month to the day until Josh Taylor against Jack Catterall. Really exciting times. Are you fully in the belief that goes ahead? Is there any concern that it doesn't?
I hope so. I hope it will. Jack's definitely going to be there. And listen, Josh has to turn up. Simple as that. Otherwise, he's not going to get taken seriously ever again. No one will trust that he's going to turn up. So listen, I believe Josh is going to be in there. I believe he's going to be fully fit, and we're going to get a fucking great fight.
Have you sort of heard anything regarding his fitness? Or?
I've heard he's only got to look. He's in great shape, but so he should be. He's a former undisputed champion, so he's a great fighter. I've only ever said what a great fighter he is, but I think Jack's going to punch his head in.
The doors and the opportunities that this could open, it's a massive opportunity in itself for Jack Catterall, but you look at the doors, the windows, the world titles that could come after this.
Jack should already have the belts, but again, we are where we are. We've got the rematch. It's going to be a huge fight, huge night. It's a sellout crowd, and Jack's going to go on to bigger and better things. But right now, the full focus is Taylor.
We talked about it with Hamza and with Cameron sort of building a profile for themselves. Jack's not really had the opportunity in some areas to be able to do that. Is this another aspect to this fight that he's going to be able to build?
It's going to be good for Jack's profile. The whole world's going to be watching. It's on ESPN. It's on DAZN. It's a huge night. It's a huge night of boxing. It's a great platform for Jack to get his retribution, his redemption, should I say?
I want to talk to you about the weekend in Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Fool the world was really the line that came out of that. Did it fool you?
I still think he's not the full shilling. I think he's nuts, but he got in there and he battered Devin Haney. Beat him up, battered him, no respect, and walked through him. And fair play to him. He's now one of the faces of boxing.
I was going to say that he's completely elevated himself to a level beyond.
His next fight night's going to be unbelievable, isn't it? But I think he'll only seek the big fights now. I mean, the Tank rematch is enormous. Some great nights out there for him.
How much do you believe the weight, the 3 and a bit pounds, made a difference?
He looked big, but like, I don't believe in rehydration blocks and rehydration clauses. I think it's bullshit. So I think Ryan just went in there, didn't want to deplete himself, and probably tried to make the weight. Thought he's not going to do it. Get in there, and it has proven that he's not bigger than belts, but he's still like, he's come out that fight the victor, and his next fight's going to be massive, whether it's for a world title or not.
Would you not have been tempted from the Haney side of things to insert that rehydration? Because he looked huge on fight night.
I would have really assessed the situation, but it's in hindsight, it's a great thing. You can say, oh, I would have pulled him out, I would have done this, but who knows when you're in that position. Devin Haney would have rehydrated to an enormous weight as well. Like when he boxed Prograis, he looked like a 154 pounder against Prograis. So I don't believe in the term weight bully.
I talked this about a little bit earlier with Frank Smith. There was a lot of talk about mental health and the state that Ryan Garcia was in leading up to the fight, using that as a sort of, I guess, promotional tactic and using it to hype the fight. Is that dangerous territory?
Honestly, I didn't like the tactics that he used, or whether they were tactics, or whether that's just really being himself. He's finally just kind of being himself. So no, I'm not a fan of the way he was going about his business. But listen, he got in there and he smashed a great fighter to pieces. So good luck to him.
Talk about Ryan being bigger than the belts now. He's certainly an absolutely huge star. If you were in his shoes, I mean, what are the next steps for Ryan?
The tank rematch. It's the biggest fight you can possibly make for Ryan Garcia. So yeah, I like the Boots Ennis fight, but he's not going to fight Boots Ennis because Boots isn't a big enough name. He's all risk, no real reward.
We had another big announcement yesterday in Terence Crawford against Israel Madrimov. Absolutely incredible fight, incredible card, but a huge test for Terence Crawford as well.
Yeah, amazing card, amazing fight. Yeah, really looking forward to it. You couldn't ask for a bigger card than that, in the States especially. It's the best card in America they've seen for 20 odd years.
We've seen Crawford go up the weights. It's something we've seen from Canelo. He's gone up the weights, and finally we found that size with Bivol, where the size really does make a difference. Where does that come in for Crawford, in your opinion?
Crawford's got to be the favourite, but he's fighting a no mug at all. Do you know what I mean? So strong, but I think Crawford will win the fight. I think it'll be a similar fight to Mayweather-Canelo.
And on the undercard, return of Andy Ruiz against Jarrell Miller, coming off the defeat to Daniel Dubois. I mean, the defeat seemingly not meaning too much. He's got an even bigger fight against Andy Ruiz.
That's the way it is. Like he's a big personality, isn't he, Jarrell? No matter what anybody thinks about him, he's a massive personality. He's fun at a press conference, and listen, he's tough as well. He's a big, tough lump, isn't he, Jarrell? So I'm sure it'll be a good fight while it lasts.
Talking of fun at a press conference, you getting involved today at all? Or?
No. I'm just a spectator today. It's all about Hamza, so I'll be just waiting and I'll be sitting in the seats with you.
Good stuff. Cheers for your time, sir.